is that, do we need protein powders really? Okay, supplementation is only and only given when the dietary requirements are not met. Now, this definition that I gave you was a definition where you have to understand that a supplementation means you are not going to be able to get it through a diet. So tomorrow, if Balanced Nutrition gets a client like Mr. Khali, who's 7 feet 8 inches tall, and his protein requirement at, suppose now if I have to calculate a protein requirement of someone, we say that ideally 1 gram protein per kg body weight is good. Now, suppose if you're weighing 80 kgs, it means that you should have 80 grams protein. You know when you should have 18 grams protein? When you're happy with that 80 kilos. And 80 kilo Hrithik Roshan will need 80 grams of protein. But someone like you and me, we can take 0.8 grams per kg body weight, which means if I'm 55 kgs and I take 0.8 grams protein per kg ideal body weight, I will not even need 56 grams of protein. I will be happy with 48-49 grams protein. ठीक है? I know थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो गया. Is it too difficult for you guys to understand this? No, right? Okay, I will repeat again, and I will repeat it very, very slowly this time, let's say. What I want you to understand is the protein requirement of the body. Protein requirement of the body and protein supplementation is something that is only and only given when your diet can't reach, that amount of protein. Okay? So, what you need to understand is, most of the times your diet, if it is planned well, you can get your protein from the diet itself. Okay? Understood? You can get your protein from the diet itself in most conditions. When we need supplementation, pata hai? We need supplementation when, as I said, somebody who is 7 feet, 8 feet and who is very bulky, उनकी प्रोटीन डाइट से मैनेज नहीं होगी. दे विल नीड अराउंड 200-150 ग्राम्स प्रोटीन. स्पोर्ट्स पीपल, ओके, दोज हु आर प्लेइंग, जिनका बहुत मसल वेयर एंड टेयर होता है, those are the people who will require extra amount of protein. So in one shot, now whey protein scoops that you all use or whey protein powders that you all use give you about 20 grams of protein or 25 grams of proteins in one shot. All your life, अगर आप एक regular बंदे हो, तो all your life you have not eaten this much protein throughout the day if you're a vegetarian. Okay, so you have to understand that supplementing yourself with such a high dose of protein powder is not a good option or a good idea. Most of the time, if you eat well, if your diet is planned well, you must understand that protein is not, something that is, oh wow, and protein is not something that the more you have, the faster you lose weight. ऐसा नहीं होता. High protein diets caused weight loss, but do you all remember that keto is a high fat diet and a very low protein diet? जो animal proteins होती है बस वही मिलती है. So you will lose weight with anything, any twisting you do which is temporary. हाँ, keto कर लिया, which is high fat, the body got a shock. High protein, the body got a shock. But to sustain yourself and to sustain weight loss, protein powder or protein whey, anything should be used only if your diet is inadequate and your diet is not able to provide you with that amount. Okay, 1 gram per kg body weight ideal, which you want to be at, should also be extremely enough. Now the next question comes, what are the different sources of protein, right? Different sources of protein for a vegetarian are a lot many. They are ranging from what we call as pulses, which is your dals, which is your rajma, your sprouts, which is soya bean, you have milk, okay, you have a lot of protein sources, dahi, your chach, and most importantly, I had told this in an earlier video also, do you know khichdi is a good source of protein too? Yes, if you take 2 parts of rice, 3 parts of rice, which is called a cereal, and if you mix 1 part of protein to it, it becomes a very decent class source protein, which is class 1 we call it. Eggs, of course, egg yolk I would not like very much if you're overweight, but egg whites are a very good source of protein. Okay, protein also comes in various forms in your diet where you write or where you know, not realizing that the protein is inside in there. Okay, make sure that whenever you are having a breakfast, you have some form of milk, or a nut milk also works. Okay, if you're having a porridge, if you're having a yogurt, you are very good with your protein during the day. When you are having a lunch, make sure that you have a serving. If you're a non-vegetarian, include a serving of chicken, include a serving of pulse or a dal. If you're a vegetarian, most of us, जब हम office जाते थे, our dabba used to be roti and sabzi, right? That is the problem. When you are into a roti and sabzi diet, you forget that you have to carry a dal or a curd. That is why our protein goes down. Understood? So you make sure that your breakfast and your lunch have a protein source. In the evening, if you want to include a protein, you must take some form of yogurt. You must take soy nuts. You must take chana. You must take a little bit of peanut. And yes, now Preeti is coming and asking me that what should be the protein during high uric acid. And she's asking about arthritis. I think you're talking about gout, which is a form of arthritis. Yes, before I go ahead, I would like to say hi to all of you. I am reading all your questions and I will try and answer them as well. Let's look at a condition called uric acid. In uric acid, what happens is protein metabolism is a little altered, जिसकी वजह से uric acid crystals, uric acid protein जब break down होता है, there are uric acid formations that happen. In a normal condition, the kidney throws the uric acid out, but in this condition, the uric acid is staying in the body and it deposits at your toe. That is why the toe and these regions of your bones, the joints, okay, वहाँ पे uric acid crystal होते हैं, because of which the pain is tremendous. Now, I have many cases of youngsters, of office-going people who have gone to the gym and on recommendation started taking protein powder because they say workout ka stamina nahi rahega, tone nahi hoge, etc, etc. We all want to earn money, okay? So we all want you to buy that protein, big protein powder. Okay, trade secret. But now, coming back to the serious part of it, you have to understand one very important thing. That protein dabba, one scoop is giving you 25 grams protein in one shot. That 25 grams in one shot is something your body has not taken initially or earlier. So even if you are taking protein, you have to take it under extreme supervision. Now let me come back to uric acid. There are people, or there are office going people, there are these young boys who are taking proteins, whey proteins or any other protein like isolates and many supplements that are available in the market 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes even before sleeping. What we see is complications of the kidney. We see uric acid, we see nephritis, we see a lot of kidney disorders which are formed due to high protein and not able to metabolize the protein. So make sure that you realize an athlete's requirement of protein is very different. Okay, if whey protein was supposed to be something which is very regular and needs to be in the diet, wouldn't it be available very rampantly in every other medical store just like a Crocin? Yeah, okay, understood. Now let's move on to, so uric acid, yes, diet in uric acid is a very big topic. I think we will do it later. But Savita is asking me, can anyone have collagen powder for skin? Collagen, okay, is a very different protein. It is for the skin, the elasticity. आप जो wrinkle नहीं होते, you are not wrinkling because you have enough collagen. But if you are having a decent protein diet, collagen बन जाएगा body में. Most of our problem is that we do not eat the dahi with your roti sabji. Besan chilla, okay, is such a beautiful source of protein. Your moong dal chilla, okay, your I forget the name of that, pesarattu dosa, it is such a good source of protein. Your sambar is such a good source of protein, chole is a good source of protein. But what we do is we tend to avoid this on a day-to-day basis, and that is the reason we all have Indian